From the very beginning, when Ahmadinejad was announced as the winner election in the his presidential election, I became disappointed from that point. Before that, we have been supporting President Khatami, who was a reformist and who has given a very brilliant prestige of Iran.
Now that's interesting, because to hear you now speak like this, Hossein, you sound quite proud of your country. Would you describe yourself as an Iranian patriot?
Why not? I describe myself as a soldier.
A soldier for whom?
For my country, for my nation. Not for my regime. Actually, this is a regime I don't belong to at all.
So that's the distinction that you want to make?
Yes, exactly.
And I suppose as a diplomat you found yourself representing the regime rather than the country?
Exactly so.
Now listen, your stepping down comes after a colleague of yours stepped down in Oslo as well, in January, Mr. Haydari. Is this an organized campaign?
Definitely. We have created a network, social network, of the Iranian diplomats living abroad in the Iranian embassies, working together, of course, not overly, secretly, and we have been contacting to each other and exchanging the information. But the instruction is that everybody stay there in his position, working there secretly, until that he is bugged or followed. It is the time, like a pilot, when he is in danger, he escaped from his airplane.
Well, listen, what drove you, therefore, to defect, or, to use your phrase, to eject yourself from the diplomatic service?
Actually, since our network is quite very active, I have received those warnings that I'm now bugged, I'm followed, and something bad could happen to me if I go back to Iran. Then I became sure that that it is the moment to eject.
Hossein, what's your situation now? You hope to get asylum in Helsinki. You're there with your family, but you still have relatives left in Iran. Mm-hmm. Do you fear for your family in Iran? Because the regime has put, inverted commas, pressure on people in a similar situation.
Definitely. I'm really afraid of them, because now they don't have access to me. They can put pressure on my relatives in Tehran. It happened for my colleague Haydari in Norway.
And what happens now? Because by standing down, in a sense, you've given up your power. What more can you do to support the Green Movement now?
The Green Movement is not only working inside the system, but also outside the system. Here now I have a lot of good friends. I've found a very welcoming from the Iranians living in Helsinki. And the network has also created what we call it green embassies. Green embassies means that the embassies are belonging to the green movement. We have a website now, and I'm not going to be silent here. If I wanted, I could be silent here and live somewhere in safety. But I am going to be an activist, green movement activist, as much as I can.